I am going to be putting my ultimate nature counter to the test today, and we're going to be playing some weekend ranked. Let's immediately dive in. I built a deck around specifically destroying the nature decks that have been dominating the ladder, and I am about to head into my first weekend ranked game. Let's have a quick look at our deck. This is a very solid all-around deck, and we're going to be winning against most of the control decks, also against some aggro matchups. We obviously have Lysel, who is going to be a win condition against those pesky That Which Feeds Us decks. We also have Karst to make sure that we can steal some very strong creatures from our opponent's void, and also the MVP of this deck is going to be the Roner Landol, a card that just for 2 mana is going to be helping us make some amazing tempo plays. Let's immediately head into our first weekend ranked game. We are playing against the Magic Domain. Let's see how we're going to be doing in this matchup. Let me immediately throw Irina down and also play this guy. My opponent is going to probably clear this creature. Oh, it's an Atlantean deck! Okay, so I really need to use my God Power here. We are going to get a Dwarf Atlant, and I'm going to be getting this card, since it is going to be 1 extra damage for 1 mana as soon as I play my doll. We have a Dimension Door as well, that's really cool. We have an Amber Arrow and a Blade Borrower. Guys, I think we're probably doing okay in this match. A Dimension Door for my opponent. Okay. And they're just going to use their God Power, which I don't really mind. Do I make the greedy play here and just use my God Power again? I mean, it's not that greedy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get another Dwarf Atlant, and then I am going to use Dimension Door. We have a Tooth Fey as well. That's a hidden creature, so that's really important in this matchup. We have a very strong turn now with Amber Arrow. Let me immediately steal that. And we are trading onto you. And then, guys, in all honesty, I'm going to throw my Tooth Fey down on the board and also play Path of Deception without retouching it. We can't afford to lose a creature in this matchup. Is a Boost Walker a good idea here? I think so, yeah. On the next turn, I really need to play my doll and get some value out of these cards. Okay, my opponent is now starting to throw quite a few creatures down on the board. So this is our turn to shine. I am going to attack here with you first. Then I am going to play you to immediately reduce the cost of all of those cards. And that is huge for us right now, because I can immediately also clear that creature and get a lot of value down on the board. And guys, that's a very strong turn for us. I'm going to end my turn afterwards, and we have a Boost Walker to give Twin Strike to one of those creatures if they survive, and I think they will. My opponent probably doesn't have a lot of board clear in this deck. That is a lot of creatures down on the board, but I think we realistically just won the game. And let me show you how. Immediately, I can play my Boost Walker here to give Twin Strike to my Atlantean. I am trading this, then I am trading this with you, then I am going to trade this creature, and also get rid of all of my opponent's board. And guys, realistically, I don't think my opponent can ever recover from that. We got some insane value out of our doll. That's going to be a strong Atlantean, but we can get rid of that very easily by empowering my Crackling Bolt. Let me do that. Then I am going to attack directly with this. We have a third dice here, that's interesting. Let me also attack with all of my creatures. And I can even throw you down on the board. A Path of Deception is not too bad actually, and then I'm ending my turn. That's a Bleach creature for my opponent. They are going to destroy one of my creatures, and they're also going to throw down an Ambitious Adventurer to draw another card. Let me start by attacking my opponent's creature with this. Then I am always attacking my opponent directly here. And in all honesty, I can even play Karst, now that I think about it, to get you, which is going to be a very strong creature. I am also attacking my opponent directly for 4 more damage, and guys, it's looking not too bad for us. We have the lead. My opponent is at 2 cards, and yes, the game is ours. This deck can be very strong against some aggro decks like this one, if we get the cards right, so let's immediately try it out in another game. We are playing against the Magic Domain again, and our starting hand is kind of okay. Let me immediately throw Irina down on the board, and then I am actually going to play my Path of Deception here. Oh, it's a Lost in the Depth deck. If it's a Divine Coronet deck, we can steal their Divine Coronet with my God Power, right? Let me immediately play my Vanguard Axewoman here, let's trade, then I'm going to play my Assistant Alchemist to make sure that my Nightcap costs 0. Let me also play my Blade Borrower down on the board and make a trade happen. My opponent is going to trade with their God Power. Is that it? Okay, let me just use my God Power then. We're going to find Giramonte. Okay, I don't mind that. So we know it's a Divine Coronet deck now, and basically this is going to be a very interesting matchup, since we are going to be stealing my opponent's Divine Coronet, and I already have a Giramonte in my hand. Ha! How cool. My opponent is not going to use their combo yet, so I can probably play my own Giramonte here, and then follow up with you as well. Let me deal 2 more damage to my opponent, and that's going to be the end of my turn. Here comes the combo, there goes the Divine Coronet. What's about to happen is really cool. If my opponent uses the extra mana, they don't do that actually. So if I use my God Power, I'm just going to steal their 5 mana costing Divine Coronet, and I don't really want to do that. Let me just attack this actually. Let me also attack my opponent directly, and then I think I'm just going to play my Sleepwalker. I am going to get this guy from the Sanctum, because I want to be able to activate Lysel's ability to steal my opponent's strongest creature. Okay, here it comes. Here it comes, the Divine Coronet. They're going to summon... Oh, that's so strong actually. Oh, but wait. I mean, we can steal that. Guys, we have a sick combo on the next turn. What is about to happen is so cool. I think we won the game, basically. I'll explain. I'll explain what's going on. Right now, I can play Lysel to steal my opponent's Eris. And as soon as I do that, let me attack first with you. Then I am going to Dread Touch Lysel and steal my opponent's Eris. I am getting rid of my opponent's Gramonte. Then I am attacking my opponent for 8 damage. And actually, I can play Nightcap. Oh, I can't. Oh, I can't play Nightcap. What am I doing? Okay, so wait. I'm just going to play Stone Skin Poison onto this. Then I am attacking my opponent for 3 more damage. And that's going to be it. I thought I could return Eris to my hand with Nightcap, but that's not the case because Nightcap only returns a creature costing 5 or less. But again, my opponent only has 1 Divine Coronet, and as soon as they play it... Oh, they have 2 Divine Coronets? Okay, I can steal those though. Check it out. As soon as I use my God Power... Wait, how much damage do we even have? We have 9 damage right now. Cool, let me just use my God Power. We are going to find the Divine Coronet in my opponent's deck, costing 1 mana. I am going to play that immediately. And we are going to summon... Oh my god, all of those are terrible. I guess you make the most sense, since you have the best stats. Then I am going to play my Swashbuckler here to destroy this creature for my opponent. And then I am dealing 4 plus 3, and the game is over. Yep, just like that, we win against the Divine Coronet spam. This time we're playing against the Death Domain. Let me immediately throw Irina down on the board, and that's going to be the end of my turn. I am going to follow up with my Tooth Fay here. Let me deal 1 more damage to my opponent. That's going to be a Dread Dragon for my opponent. We can play Stone Skin Poison on that. But first, let me attack my opponent's creature with this. Soul Shatter, what? Oh, that's also interesting. And potentially useful. Yeah, let me just use my God Power for now. Let me get an uninvited guest of my own, and I can play that on the next turn, but for now, Stone Skin Poison is going to be what we're playing, and I am ending my turn afterwards. A sweet surrender for my opponent to clear my creature and a couple of dragons, it looks like. Oh, a Brimstone, okay. We have a couple of different options now. I can either play... I think I'm going to just start with Stolen Plans, actually. I think the Blackfire Fledgling is what makes the most sense here, and I'm going to throw that down immediately. Blight Bomb for my opponent, that's okay though. And they're going to play a very weird creature, in all honesty. I can just play Soul Shatter on this. Yeah, I think that's going to be the case. Let's destroy that immediately, and then I'm going to play my uninvited guest to also mana search my Scavenger Impling. That's going to be a strong turn for my opponent as well. We have a Toast to Peace that's going to come in handy in a little bit, but for now, let me just play you to draw the Encumbered Looter. And I might even play that on this turn, now that I think about it. Dangerous Ritual for my opponent, so it's a good time for me to play my Guild Nighthawk to at least get 1 attack off. I am actually going to trade here on the Catacomb Pariah. Then, oh, we have Rapture Dance as well. I am going to play my Guild Nighthawk on this. Let's throw that card back into my opponent's hand. And then I'm just going to use my God Power. Oh, Perseverance is going to be huge. Also the Necroscepter. This is a difficult choice, but I think Perseverance is going to give us more value. Yeah, let me do that. I am dealing 5 damage to my opponent. Oh, they're going to draw a Dread as well. They are now at 13 health. We are the Bomb Dragons now. There goes my opponent's creature, that's okay. They're going to play Spirit Storm to clear this. But again, not the end of the world. Yep, Perseverance is immediately going to give me a lot of value, actually. Yeah, I don't think I ever need to think about it for a second. Let me immediately play Perseverance on this. And hopefully my zombies are going to tank up the afterlife of the Blackfire Fledgling. Yep, we are summoning 2 zombies back. I am attacking my opponent for 5 damage again. And what do we do with the 2 extra mana? I can use my God Power, or I can play Path of Deception. I guess Path of Deception makes the most sense. I really want to draw a couple of cards here. Bad Luck, I guess, makes a bit of sense. And then I can actually throw a Bomb Fly down on the board to threaten to win the game on the next turn, actually, if my opponent... Yep, we just win the game, like that. We're playing against the War Domain. Let me immediately play Irina. And then I am going to follow up with my Patient Pickpocket to hopefully steal a card for my opponent's hand. And on the next turn I plan to use my God Power. We have Stone Skin Poison, that's actually very strong. and I kind of want to play that immediately, to be honest. Even though that's not playing towards our mana curve, saving ourselves for 3 damage I think is very good here. Or actually, you know what guys, I really need to use my God Power on this turn, that's a very strong tempo play. I am going to get my Tavern Brawler to help me make some good trades, actually. Then I am attacking my opponent directly, and that's the end of our turn. And on the next turn, I can actually follow up with my Doll, those 2 creatures, and the Stone Skin Poison. Oh my god, that is such a big problem right now. Okay, so my Doll is definitely coming into play. Then I am definitely playing you, I am definitely playing you as well. And now the question is, who do we give Stone Skin Poison to? Probably Commander Pyros. Yeah, let me trade here, and then I'm playing Stone Skin Poison to this creature. Commander Pyros ended up being so oppressive. Let's see what my opponent is going to play now. A white Fairguard, but actually, that's not too bad. In all honesty, I can just play my Guild Nighthawk here onto Commander Pyros, because that creature is immediately going to go down on its own as soon as my opponent plays it again. So let me try to attack here. If we get lucky, this is going to go on my... Oh, I messed up, right? I should have played Guild Nighthawk first, I just realized that. That's okay though, that's okay. Let me throw you back. I made a mistake here guys, and hopefully it's not going to cost us the game. That was a bad play. I forgot about Pyros' ability. Let me just use my God Power here. We're going to find a Woodcutter Imp, and I think that's a very good card, because I can play that immediately. I am going to attack, and then I am going to Dread Touch. Actually, I can give Stone Skin Poison to this and end my turn, yeah. My opponent can't clear that immediately, so... Oh, come on! Amber Arrow is not going to help us now, so let me just play Path of Deception. We are going to find not a lot of good stuff, so I guess let me get the Tavern Brawler here. I am then going to use my God Power. We're going to find Incoming Raid, which is also good. And I am going to throw my Tavern Brawler. Do I play that now? Or? Just so that I don't have to spend the 2 mana on the next turn. This is what I'm doing. Let's see what my opponent follows up with. A Draka Gatherer, what? Actually, I did not expect that. Oh my god, we have another Woodcutter Imp, but that's not good enough. Let me throw my Trial Spirit down on the board. And then I'm just returning that to mitigate 4 damage on the next turn. But guys, it's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. Our only out now is to find a Toast to Peace. Come on with Incoming Raids, man. We have a Hunting Trap as well in my deck. A Recurring Nightmare that's going to give me a Draconite Shard. It doesn't really help me. I mean, I can play Amber Arrow, then I can play Incoming Raid twice onto this to trade this creature, but still, it's looking terrible. And we just lost the game, practically. So, yeah. Guys, this is a very fun deck. I think it is quite competitive, maybe some minor changes or some additions of some of the top meta cards might improve it even more, but honestly I think that I am going to continue playing my weekend ranked games with this deck, because not only is it a good deck, it is very enjoyable. We have to constantly keep making decisions, we have to actually enjoy the game to its core, and I love that about this deck. Let me know in the comments what you think. We didn't actually play against any nature deck today, which is very weird, but regardless, this is going to be it for today's video. Don't forget to drop a like, don't forget to make a comment, because that immediately enters you into my weekly giveaways, and that's all you need to do to enter, because I have a Discord bot that handles everything else automatically. Don't forget to subscribe, because I upload Gods Unchained content every single day. This is going to be it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you all tomorrow with a brand new deck idea. Enjoy!